What if I told you that becoming profitable isn't about finding the perfect strategy, but going through a series of stages almost every trader experiences? Some people quit in the first stage, some get stuck in the middle, and only a few make it to the end. The crazy part is, when you're in these stages, you don't even realize it. You just think you're failing. You think trading isn't for you. You think the market is random. You think everyone else just got lucky. But in reality, you're just going through the process. And if you don't quit, something starts changing. Your mindset shifts. Your patience grows. Your decisions become calmer until one day you realize you're not the same trader anymore. So let's break it down. These are the stages of becoming profitable. Everyone starts here. You discover trading and low-key. It feels like you just found a money glitch. You see people posting profits, charts moving, and everyone talking about freedom. You're like, yeah, I'm about to master this in a week. So you open the charts for the first time, and honestly, it looks chaotic. Candles everywhere, price moving fast, and you don't really understand anything yet, but you still want in. You take your first trade, and your heart starts racing. You're watching every little movement like your life depends on it. Then the trade goes into profit, and you're like, wait, that's it? That's actually it? Now you're excited. You start thinking this is easy. You start imagining waking up, taking one trade, making money, and closing the laptop. No boss, no stress, just charts and profits. So you take another trade, then another, then another. You're winning some, losing some, but you don't care. You're just excited to be in the market. Every move feels like opportunity. Every candle looks tradable. Low key, you think you're already getting good, but then the market decides to humble you, and it hits fast. You stop rushing trades, not because you plan to, but because you're tired of losing. You start watching the market more instead of jumping in immediately. You notice something. The best trades don't happen all the time. They form slowly. They look cleaner. They feel calmer. So you wait. At first, it's uncomfortable. You see moves happen without you, and it hurts. You feel like you miss profit. You almost enter late, but you stop yourself. You start understanding that not every move is yours. Not every candle is tradable. Not every setup is worth the risk. This is where patience starts forming. Your trades become less frequent, but they feel better, more controlled, less emotional. Losses still happen, but they don't tilt you the same way. You just accept it and move on. That's when things start shifting. This is where your confidence drops. You don't trust yourself anymore. Every time you enter, you feel unsure. Every time you don't enter, the trade works perfectly. You start hesitating. You start second guessing. You start closing trades too early because you're scared. Then price keeps running without you. Now you're mentally exhausted. You open charts and just stare. You don't know what you're waiting for. You don't know what a good setup looks like anymore. Everything looks random. You start thinking maybe trading is just luck. Maybe the market is manipulated. Maybe consistency isn't real. Low key, you're tweaking because nothing makes sense anymore. This is the stage where most people quit. They get tired, they stop trading, they move on. But if you stay, something starts changing. Losses start stacking. At first, you don't panic. You're like, okay, just a bad trade. Then another loss comes, then another. Now you're watching your account slowly drop, and you don't like that feeling. So you try to fix it. You start trading more. You stop waiting for proper setups. You enter because price is moving. You convince yourself you see something when you really don't. Now you're chasing candles, entering late, closing early, moving stop losses, canceling your own rules. Low key, you're just reacting to everything. Your emotions start kicking in. You feel frustrated, you feel impatient, you feel like you need to make the money back immediately. So you take more trades. Now you're over trading. The market moves against you again, and you're like, not, no way. So you hold longer, then you close at a bigger loss. Then price reverses and goes exactly where you predicted. Now you're just staring at the screen like, WTF. This keeps happening over and over, and slowly trading stops being fun. It starts feeling stressful. Now you're different. You don't wake up desperate to trade anymore. You don't feel like you must enter something. You just open charts and observe. Sometimes you don't trade at all, and you're okay with that. Wins don't make you overconfident. Losses don't make you emotional. Everything becomes neutral. You're just executing your plan. You follow your rules. You manage risk. You wait for your setups. You don't chase. You don't force. Low-key trading becomes calm. And the craziest part, profits start coming
Can you
naturally,
believe
not
that
every
it's
day,
possible to
not
make
every
$1,000 to
trade, but consistently over
$3,000 per
time.
day
You're no
without
longer
sitting at your
gambling,
desk
you're
for
operating.
hours?
What if I told you that becoming profitable isn't about finding the perfect strategy, but going through a series of stages almost every trader experiences? Some people quit in the first stage, some get stuck in the middle, and only a few make it to the end. The crazy part is, when you're in these stages, you don't even realize it. You just think you're failing. You think trading isn't for you. You think the market is random. You think everyone else just got lucky. But in reality, you're just going through the process. And if you don't quit, something starts changing. Your mindset shifts. Your patience grows. Your decisions become calmer until one day you realize you're not the same trader anymore. So let's break it down. These are the stages of becoming profitable. You don't wake up successful. You don't magically become profitable overnight. You build it slowly through losses, patience, discipline, and control. One better decision, one disciplined trade, one moment where you choose patience instead of emotion. That profitable version of you isn't lucky. They just went through all these stages: the excitement, the confusion, the frustration, the tweaking phase, the patience, the discipline. And if you're somewhere in the middle right now, you're not failing. You're just becoming profitable.